Hello friends, this is Amy. Welcome to my channel. What we're going to do today is we're going to make a fun sign. It's actually going to be the chicken, and so I'm just showing you what I did is I had the 1x2s and I had a 6 foot, well actually I needed more than 6 feet, but I ended up cutting it down and putting all these different colors that I'm showing on here, and I'm going to glue it together. And so I'm just showing you, this is the hazelnut. I've always wanted to do something like this, and what I would suggest is, depending on the size of the image that you have, if you wanted to have something like a smaller image, you'll want to do more boards. If you're thinner, not as wide boards, that way you can show off a lot of the colors rather than have, let's say I just did 5 large boards. This is more like 9 thinner boards, and so I'm going to be able to see all the colors or most of them, whereas if you'd use a larger one, of course you wouldn't see as many colors. And so I just kind of used 2 brushes with this. I used like if I did the brown, I would just take the gray and I added more to make it grungy and dirty looking, and just kind of went with that, except those brighter colors I really didn't do much of that. But I even had a red in here. I just think red, you just need a little bit of red. The crimson, it just pulls out. It's just such a beautiful color, and it really does say farmhouse. This was really relaxing to do. I really enjoyed it. Just showing how I am just going over with like a wet towel to just kind of pull some of that off too. Whatever you want to do, pull off, sand, just stuff to kind of beat up those boards and make them farmhouse looking. It would be cute too to even sand the edges of each board, but I didn't think of that at the time. I just did the tops. And now all I'm doing is using wood glue. I did not put any paint on the edges so it would stick together really well. And I just went with my finger because I didn't want to go overboard with it. I wanted to be able to control what I had on the board. I did put it on both sides of the board. And when we did end up gluing it together, there was some that squeezed out. I cleaned it up right away, cleaned it up with a wet towel or a cloth or something. And so we're just clamping these, and yeah, it worked out really nice. You'll want to clamp it so it's not folding in on itself. I even considered weighting it down, but I never did that, and it turned out just fine. Now a person could take that and just put something cute on there, but I decided I wanted to cut it out, and I ended up doing this chicken. It was just a photocopy that I blew up a little bit, and I folded into 4s, and then I also did the same with my board. And I just kind of drew on, how that little technique is where you can draw in a little piece in that corner and then the next corner. That was the best way for me to do this. Another way would just be to blow it up on your printer so it was exactly how you wanted, but I didn't have that option on my printer. And then of course sand down the rough edges. Now this could be, a decor piece, or you could put, a coating of it and use it as like a trivet. There's many things you could do with it. Just put a hanger on it and hang it on the wall. Put it with, other items. I just love how it turned out. I love the colors. In hindsight, I wished I had turned the red so the red was more at the bottom. I don't know. I just wanted more of those colors to pop. Let's move on to the next DIY. Okay, I'm using the Farmhouse Market pack. I do offer that on my Etsy shop. And I'm going to take this cute little Dollar Tree, it's just a little house-like thing, and I'm actually going to use the other side. I went back down to my scroll saw and I cut out the top of this, and you'll see why I did this. And I'm taking that paper and I'm just going to fold it. I took my time so I knew exactly how to line it up. I would crimp it and trim it, and not crimp it, but fold it over, and just using that wood as a guideline, and then just trimming it with the scissors. When I got it all ready to go, I'm using my favorite tape to do for this kind of thing. It's a really sticky tape. I also offer this on my Etsy shop. So it's a double-sided tape. And this is something that they've offered for people who craft, mainly paper craft. And I've always loved it. And it just is so nice and sticky. And so you just put it where you want to, and then you just peel it off. And just showing you how easy it comes off. Not always is it that easy, but most of the time it is. And just super sticky now. And then I'm just going to put it on the wood piece and press it down. And once you've got things lined up, you can just press it down into place and everything just folds in nicely. I've got everything glued with that double sticky tape. Stuck very nicely. Now on to just some line work with a Sharpie. I'm obviously going to make this look like a little pocket, and just going along the edge with the dotted lines, like we've got a sewn pocket. I debated whether to do this with paper that I had that looked like denim, but I decided to go with this. I just thought with putting words on it, it would pop out a lot more. You can also just choose to use a real jeans pocket, although it may be a little more difficult to put the word on there, but a person could improvise. So here is my stickers. I'm just putting seeds, 25 cents on there. I thought this was kind of interesting. The S's were smaller than the E's. It all came from the same sticker package, so I'm not sure why I did that, but it actually looked kind of cute when it was all said and done. And I had to make up my own cent sign. I used a question mark and an exclamation mark and came up with a cent sign. Now flipping that over, before I got started to put the flowers in, I wanted to kind of give it a little cage, if you would. So I'm just taking some popsicle sticks and I'm going to glue those down with hot glue. And then I'm going to put a little bit of the flower foam in there and glue that down too. Now it isn't real deep, and so I was trying to be really careful, and so just pushing the flowers down in there. And so I just kind of played with it, fussed around, and got it to where I wanted it. So here I'm just going to glue on that back. And going to give it a hanger. And that's really all there is to it. I hung that up and I love how it turned out. It was so cute. Think of the different ways you could make this. You could put different sayings on there. I kind of thought of pocket full of posies, put some different flowers in there, different colors for paper. I love how it turned out. Super cute. Thank you for watching, my friends. Have a great week. Bye-bye.